Let's watch Mark Levin on Fox News try and lie his way into an attack on Biden and the Democrats by doing the usual MAGA gimmick of, we'll just say the Democrats are doing what we're actually doing, by attempting to paint the left as the warmongers.
Sometimes we make stupid decisions about getting involved in wars we probably shouldn't be involved in, and they go on and on and on, with commanders and presidents who don't seem to want to win them or don't seem to know how to win them. But there have been very long wars that were necessary wars, that we fought for our own survival, for our own existence, for our own creation. So these terms don't mean a damn thing. But let's step back and take a look at what's going on in the world today, because I think it's necessary. The president's picking national security teams, and he's right. The test is what? Common sense. It's what he says all the time. And common sense means prudence.
I wanted to add this part in because it's funny that he says this and undoubtedly would try and attribute it to the Democrats, to the left, when if we look back, I mean, Republicans got us into Afghanistan and Iraq. They lied to do so nonetheless. That's how bloodthirsty they were. Cost us hundreds of thousands of innocent American lives and led to us being there for 2 decades, right? And losing unnecessary lives for that entire 2 decades. And Trump only expanded this conflict, dropped the largest bomb on Afghanistan ever, also refused to withdraw our aid or troops or anything in the Yemeni conflict, refused to withdraw all our troops in Afghanistan, then attacked Iran, leading to American bases in the region being attacked, killing even more American troops. I mean, the right has gotten us into and expanded every recent conflict, at least in this generation, if not the last couple. But yet they still want to pretend that they're the anti-war party when Trump's administration mirrors Bush in terms of how they played foreign diplomatic relations.
Biden is said to be a warmonger. He's an appeaser. He funded Iran. He funded the terrorists, directly and indirectly, because he was trying to appease Iran, trying to persuade Iran, he and Blinken, and the other reprobates, giving them money, doing whatever they could to get them to what? To stop being Iran. Insane. That's not a warmonger, that's an appeaser, that's a coward. It's even worse. He's funding the enemy in order to try and buy off the enemy. It doesn't work with jihadists and Islamists. That's not what they're about. Israel is at war in part because of the Biden-Harris administration, Blinken, Sullivan, and of course, the jihadis and the Islamists.
Biden single-handedly almost ended the drone wars and has the least amount of drone strikes of any recent president that had the ability to do so, and pulled us out of Afghanistan after 2 decades, ended the funding and our involvement to the Saudi-led coalition in Yemen that was doing genocide. Meanwhile, Trump did more drone strikes in 4 years than Obama did in 8, directly vetoed more than Bush did in 8 also, directly vetoed attempts to pull us out of Yemen, and expanded the conflict in Afghanistan by troop numbers and size of munitions used, again, including the largest bomb dropped in Afghanistan history. But somehow we're supposed to believe that he's anti-war and Biden's the warmonger. I mean, it's really silly on its face, and the people doing it are doing so in bad faith to conflate foreign aid with military spending or military action, where Biden might put more stock in foreign aid than Trump does, but Trump by far took more military action and direct military spending in foreign countries.
We better wake up to what the hell's going on. And I'll put my marker down. We will be in World War III, whether we like it or not, in 5 or 10 years, if we don't start to act like a country that seriously is concerned about its security, about its national security, and our alliances with our allies. Not because we're warmongers. America's not a warmonger nation. The American people are not warmongers, because I believe in America first, as I wrote in my book 15 years ago. All our actions should be taken because they're in America's best interests.
This was the weird one to me because it almost seems like an endorsement of Biden's policies, not Trump's. Like, I almost agree with what he's saying here. If we don't worry about our alliances with our allies, we could end up forced or drug into a war akin to how World War II happened in terms of our involvement, right? But do we think it's Trump and Republicans that are the ones that are going to do that, who want to hand Ukraine over to our adversary, who want to pull away power and cohesion in NATO, who wants to end all foreign spending for our allies? Or is it the Democrats who under Biden strengthened NATO to new levels, has emboldened our allies around, is it allowing Ukraine to push back against Russia? And I also do agree that we should do what's in America's best interests first, right? And one of the main ones would probably be staying out of war, which is exactly why strengthening our geopolitical position is very important to our even national security, making sure we're in a strong spot abroad and in enough alliances that are strong enough where our allies can defend themselves, that our adversaries aren't able to align themselves instead with them, outtrade us, out earn us, and then turn and have the upper hand against us in terms of like the coalitions they've built, which is exactly what will happen if we follow Trump's isolationism ideology. It's never worked in history. It didn't keep us out of World War II. It actually led to us getting involved and again, many innocent lives being lost. And it could directly lead us into World War III as well if we allow it to.